Hello everyone, welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. I am Psychoduck and I am losing my voice, and I am featuring this map. And this map is called Skydock and it was made by the Psychoduck. What a dumb gamertag, who came up with that? Come on. Jeez. Obviously I can't be sarcastic when I, make fun of someone's gamertag. That would just be absurd, right? Like, yeah, come on. Anyways, yeah, Skydock. So, we did a preview of this map a month or two ago, and basically, I think we covered a lot in there, so I don't want to be redundant, but, the map is now finished. It is sort of a reimagination of my map, Cargo Port from Halo Reach, completely redesigned to play much better and work for Halo 4. Of course, Cargo Port was sort of remade from the campaign mission Exodus in Halo Reach. Now, for those of you who have been asking about my loadout names, we have Bob, Daryl, Carl, Omar, and Wallace. Well, let's see, there's Bob Battle Rifle, Daryl DMR, Carl Carbine, Wallace Warthog, he's my driving class with operator, and then Omar is the jetpack class, which I'm using right now. And there's a story behind Omar, which actually came from Cargo Port. We had a game type, a goofball, crazy game type called Omar the Spaceman, which I ported over to Halo 4. You'll see later in the video exactly what Omar the Spaceman is, but that's why my jetpack class is called Omar. So anyways, this map's pretty cool because you can play it on any game mode you want. You can play Team Slayer, you can play One Flag CTF, you can play Flood, you can play Dominion, you can play it with, you can play Extraction, you can play Multi-Team, you can play goofy things like Omar, all this good stuff, and basically, it gives you a ton of variety, and you can play with basically, you play 3v3 up to 6v6, although 6v6 will start to get pretty hectic. I wouldn't recommend that for anything outside of Slayer. But basically you'll get a really cool different experience depending on how many players you have and what game type you're playing. So for example, on Slayer on here there's actually a neutral Banshee, and that's here for a couple reasons. One, because that's just awesome and it's really fun, but it's actually still really balanced. But it's there, it kind of spawns at the bottom of the map. So, there is a lot of height difference on this map, and the top is kind of powerful, but it's certainly not too powerful. It's not easy to control the top by any means, but on the off chance that a team somehow manages to control the top, well, a Banshee spawns down at the bottom in Slayer, and you can break that top control without too much difficulty. But of course, the Banshee can be taken down by plasma pistols super easily, and of course just team shotting with DMRs. There's a railgun, a sniper rifle, all kinds of good ways you can take the Banshee down. It's definitely not too difficult. So here I'm trying to show a full round of offense in One Flag CTF, just to kind of give you guys the full experience of it. I know I die a few times here, so I'm trying to fast forward while respawning. But you got to be really tactical, really communicate with your team, but there's a lot of cool ways you can push up the map and attack. Of course, if you use jetpack, the number of ways you can use just increases dramatically. But it's very fun for One Flag CTF, even though the game type wasn't shipped with Halo 4 and we kind of had to finagle it in. It still works really nicely and there's a lot of fun on here. And just really it gets intense. I wouldn't recommend playing it with more than 4v4. But then also you can use things like, you can play Dominion on here with 6v6, and it's actually really fun, really exciting. There's a neutral Banshee at Bravo in Dominion, but here I am flying the Banshee around a little bit to kind of show you that yes, you can definitely get some kills with the thing, but you have to be careful because the giant overhang not only looks really cool on here, but forces the Banshee on the one side of the map. If you want to use it, you have to get in relatively close to the bad guys, which really gives them an opportunity to disable you. And if you get disabled on here by a plasma pistol, unless you have operator like Wheelman on, you'd pretty much fall in the water and die like 99% of the time. So it's definitely risky, but you can definitely use it as a game changer. It can definitely turn things around for you in the right hands. like with any good power weapon or vehicle, you know, in the right hands, it'll be extremely deadly, but you know, it can also be countered without too much difficulty. It's generally best not to like hump the giant support struts on the overhang with it, because that doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. But yeah, and the Banshee just gives you a cool look at the whole map in general, but you know, it does blow up. So here we are playing some Flood. Flood's pretty interesting on here because the map is so vertical. There's so much height difference, not only in just the playable area, but even like above the map. So the Flood will actually spawn up on the roofs of some of these buildings and drop down on your head, like they do in Observatory by Mockmizzle, our first competitive feature. And that just keeps you on your toes as a human. It's just a lot of fun. But then that verticality comes back to play in Omar the Spaceman, which we're playing here. And basically, Omar the Spaceman, you have infinite jetpack and gravity hammers, and you can kind of propel yourself around with the gravity hammers, just screw around. Really fun. I need to put Omar in my file share because it's just a lot of fun. It's just a screw around goofy game mode. But basically, if you want to play this map for some more competitive games, you know, Slayer, or you want to play it for some really intense objective games, that's fun, or casual screw around stuff is fun. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Psychoduck with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.